Hey everyone, Ben here, back in F1 23, looking at how to get the most realistic, human-like racing you can against the AI. Yes, getting the right difficulty matters, but it's only a small part of the story. To do so, use a Grand Prix mode quali session and some practice races to try different difficulty levels, where you can run within a tenth or two of your teammate. This is going to vary from track to track, but it'll give you a decent ballpark. However, the real secret to great AI racing has got little to do with the virtual Lewis Hamilton that you're up against, and much more to do with how you go racing. Let me explain. The key here is to treat the AI with respect. It might sound silly, but if you want AI racing that feels like you're up against human players, you have to treat the AI as if they are human players. Or to put it another way, race against them in the way that you'd want to be raced against on the virtual racetrack. That means affording other cars space, making predictable moves, and resisting the temptation to barge through at all costs. It's way more satisfying to apply pressure to AI drivers over a number of laps, line up a move, and execute it safely, and doing so will dramatically reduce the amount of times that you feel like the AI has turned in on you. Chances are you were at least as much to blame, if not more. One big way you can encourage yourself to race in this manner is to run with simulation damage and no flashbacks. That way you have a real risk and reward dynamic when racing the AI, and being respectful becomes absolutely crucial to seeing the checkered flag. Alongside this, be realistic in terms of the kinds of finishing positions that you're ultimately aiming for. If you've gotten your difficulty calibration right, that will certainly help, but constantly pushing for podiums when the pace of your car just isn't there will lead you to drive too aggressively. Have a realistic goal in mind and race towards it. Also, you're going to want to be particularly careful at the race start. This is the time of maximum danger for everyone, but it's also when the AI tends to be at their weakest. The track is crowded, they can bunch together on the racing line and leave the door open to huge dive bombs. My advice is to resist this temptation. Sure, you might make up some places by exploiting the AI's weakness here, but you risk damage, and it's just not in the spirit of a realistic race. Finally, you'll get the most out of the AI if you run longer sessions. You'll get to work with more race strategy options, the chances of dynamic crashes between AI drivers will increase, and you'll generally see more exciting racing between AI drivers too. And as the field spreads out, you can engage in some great battling with cars of a similar pace to you. And if you don't believe me that these tips really do work, then check out the video on screen now for proof. It's my Cockpit Camera Career Series, and the racing against the AI is absolutely epic.